Hi everyone, so as promised I'm going to do a removal video for gel. This is a CND shellac, which most of you will have. If anyone's got a builder underneath, all it will be is the process will take a little bit longer, and obviously acrylic takes twice as long, but we'll get to that as well. I'll probably do another video for acrylic. So basically I've got everything here that you've got in your kit. So I've got the acetone in the bottle. The bottles are a little bit large when I ordered them, but there's absolutely more than enough in this bottle. Please let me know if you run out. We've got cotton pads and we've got the foil, which if most of you have been in salon, you've probably had this done already. And we've got the orange stick, which is a really simple tool, 2 ends. We're going to use this flat end here, can you see? Because we're going to scrape that off the nail. So the only difference from your kit to mine is my file is a bit of an old one. There's no difference. It was just a grab and go thing for me this morning to get this video together for you. So I'm going to do one hand. So as you can see, my gorgeous, not so gorgeous nails, still nice and shiny though, have grown out massively, and we've started to chip here. So we definitely need to get this off before any peeling starts to occur on the nail bed. So what we're going to try and do is we definitely want to stay away from the natural nail here, because we don't really want to score that. We've nothing to soak off, so there's no need to scratch that with the nail. So on your file you'll find that you've got a softer side and you've got a rougher side. So the rougher side is great for acrylic, and can be used on the builder gels, but you really don't need it on this sort of gel, just the shellac and the gelish. So either side I'd probably go with the softer side, just in case you catch this natural edge. So we're literally just going to start with one nail and try and get as much of that shine. Just try and get the position right. Try and get all that shine off. The more of that shine that you get off, the easier the acetone is going to be able to penetrate through that layer. That is the hardest part. If you don't get that shine off, you're not going to be able to get through the 4 layers, the base, the 2 colour coats and the top coat. So you don't need to go crazy, but just make sure, can you see, that you get all that shine off. I'm just making sure that is zooming in right, focusing right, sorry. Yeah? So we're going to do all the hand. What I will say is just work on one hand at once, obviously, because you start putting the foils on that other hand, they're all going to be falling off when you're doing your other hand. It's a bit of a nightmare, so it's just easy to work on one hand at first. Or, you know, if someone in your bubble, like your mum, your sister, your fella, your husband, your brother maybe, just get them to have a little go for you. It's always easier if someone else has a go. So again, just going on, taking all that shine away. Now, when you do this, make sure your hands are warm. If your hands are cold, it's not going to work as easier, especially with acrylic as well. Acrylic obviously is a lot thicker and takes a lot longer, and this filing process, what I'm doing on the gel at the moment, on an acrylic, you're going to have to really give it some welly, do you know what I mean? Get that tough side on the acrylic and really scratch down that top coat. The more of that top coat you get off on the acrylic, not the gel, the better. But obviously I can't reiterate that enough because it just saves you so much time. Now when you're filing, try and be careful that you're not catching the free edge here. Can you see what I've just done there, chatting away? So go down like this, as if we don't want to catch the bottom, because we'll be fraying everything. Now I know when we do your gel we cap them, so if you want to just give them a little scratch on the edge as well, that is going to help again break that seal. Now you might have already decided to cut them down or file them down. That's absolutely fine, because the more we can get off the better. There's no point soaking off a really long extension or gel nail. If you're getting rid of the length, get rid of the length before you even begin this process. Probably should have said that first, but hey ho. So there you have it. You've got your hand all buffed, practically looks matte. And then I'm going to grab one foil, get your pad. I tend to hold it with my thumb and a finger, thumb and fingers, yeah? And then we're going to get that and just very gently squirt that on a little bit, and that's all you need, little, as long as it's full. And I'm going to place that on there. Now it doesn't matter if it's on your natural nail, on your skin, as long as it's directly on the nail, it's fine. So we're going to wrap that round, not super tight, but tight enough that obviously it's going to stay on. I'm going to just pinch the edge, but not too tight, or else all the acetone will squirt out that way and you're wasting it. And then we're just going to cap the end like that. Okay, so that is one, yeah? Now my natural nail is probably there, the end of my finger. So we don't want it really tight to the finger, or else all that acetone will just seep down your skin. You know what it's like when you've dropped nail varnish remover on your skin and it sort of all goes into your skin. Well, acetone obviously is a lot stronger, so if you can try not to squeeze them like this. I see a lot of this, you know, when your clients are waiting for it to come off. Don't be squeezing, just literally pop it on. So I'm going to do another one. And do you know what? If you get a bit tangled up and you can only do 2 at a time, it's not like we've not got a lot of time to have a go, is it? So just do what you can, as long as they are secure. Now, I've done this a million times in salon, but obviously on myself, it is a little bit more difficult. So again, pinch the end, can you see? Like that, with my finger. And we're just going to turn that over, like that. Not squeeze it too tight. Make sure there's still a little bit of air in there. Okay, so I'm going to do another one. Now, acetone on gel, on shellac gel, if it's actual shellac, literally needs about 3 minutes. But you're not going to do any harm if it's 5 minutes. You're just going to start feeling your skin wrinkling underneath and it's not very comfortable. So if you want to stop there, because by the time you've done that one and you've done the whole hand, that might have been on too long. So another thing that I'm going to advise as well is when you come to take these off, don't just rip them off, because you can reuse this. Not another time, just now. What I mean, you could save the other ones for maybe a later date or something, like your toes, because there's enough in there. There's 20 foils and 20 cotton pads to do like a set of nails and a set of toes. So with acrylic, you're going to have to do this process about 2, maybe 3 times, just because you're new to it. Like I said, get that top coat off, file it off. But just try not to damage your natural nail. So I'll show you in a minute. I may as well obviously finish this off because I was just timing myself, but I was a little bit quicker than I thought I would be. So I'm feeling for my fingers to be warm enough. They will start to feel quite warm being wrapped in the foil. So I think I'm on about 1.5 minutes there. I'm going to do the last one. It is pretty fiddly. You definitely don't want to be doing all 10 fingers at once. Okay, I'm going to pop the lid on. Wrap this one up, and it's really important you pop that lid back on your acetone, because if the air gets to it, or the heat from your home, it's going to evaporate. All the chemicals will evaporate and it'll literally be useless. It won't work properly. I think that's the main issue people have when they just dump a load of acetone into a bowl and it just evaporates. So literally, it doesn't work as good as it should do. This is really strong stuff. You can see, literally, I've really hardly used any. So I'm just going to pop that to one side and then sit on this for a moment. My experience is just telling me a little bit longer. So probably will fast forward this bit.